I published my first book, The Good Woman China, in 2002. Since then, I started a book tour around the world, over 20 countries. But I realized my country, with the 5,000 years of civilization history and 1.3 billion population, but the rest of the world had no idea about this country at all. And particularly when I asked the students in different countries, what is Chinese culture? They answer me, say, Chinese takeaway, or just simply maybe Chinese tea. I was very hurt by this. And also, so many families come to meet me with their adopted children from China. And those little girls, many girls, they ask me why my Chinese mom didn't want me. You know, I spent more than 20 years to travel around in China when I was a journalist there. And also in the countryside, lots of little girls had no chance, no right to go to the school as well. So after first tour, I come back to London home. I thought about this. So I decided to set up a charity called the Mother's Bridge of Love. In fact, the register office said, why you give very strange name? I said, that's very Chinese name because mother's love is unconditional between any kind of life beings. So since we set up this charity, we have 3 missions. First of all, to help adoptive family to get some support from China, like roots, culture, information, or any kind of support for them. Secondly, for disabled children in China, because China is a very big country and developed so well, but to be honest, there is no single children hospital for disabled children, particularly disabled orphans. So we look after quite numbers of the disabled orphans. Then third things, we help overseas Chinese or median to find information close to the real China today as information or culture support. So since we started this charity, we have got lots of support from all of the world. People from families, median, universities, and we got lots of volunteers. I love to take the chance, thanks to each single of them. Thank you. So if you really want to understand China today, and you have to go there to see and travel in the countryside. For the most cities, they stopped killing baby girls a long time ago. And small towns, I believe last 20 years or even 30 years, they stopped. But again, from people's mind, they still believe the boy is part of the family tree and the girl is fine, but less valued. Even in the Shanghai and Beijing, if you greeting people, you know, when they had a new baby, newborn baby, you can hear people's voice. When the boy is coming, everybody say, oh, congratulations. When the girl was born, people say, oh, that's fine. A girl is sweet to the parents. That tones between the girls and the boys is very different as well. So I wouldn't say in the big cities, people still killing baby girls, but I have to say, for the really equals between the boy and the girls in China, it's not there yet, but much better than before. And at least much better than I was there before 1990s. I'm not sure I really understand this kind of weight emotionally from those secret Chinese mothers. But one thing I'm quite sure, I could feel their pain. I interviewed Chinese women face to face more than 200. I have to say, even they're not good about language or the words to communicate with you or to tell you the story, but their body language, You can see their shoulder and the neck, the face, which is full of the pain when they talk about, they have to kill their baby girls for family trees, or they have to against the government as a secret, or some people said to me, even they come from a highly educated family, and before the marriage, when they have the child. It's a very, very difficult for people to understand this or to tell the truth. Before I thought it was only Chinese women have this problem, but now I'm quite confident to tell you, since this book has been published last year in UK, Australia, New Zealand, many countries, I've been travel there and listen to people. There's so many people come to me in their different age, oldest almost 70, 80s, youngest only, teenager. They told me almost the same stories. They don't talk about this. It's a huge secret about adoption, but people still feel the pain and the confused why this happened. Why it's mainly girls. So from the mother I interviewed, I still remember, actually almost every day I thought about them, because I'm a mother now. When I want to call my son and make sure he study well, eat well, sleep well, I just thought about those mothers. I have little girl I talked about in the book, My Little Snow. When I saw some families with the Chinese girls, I would want to close to look at, is there any mark on this girl's face? Sometimes the girl was too young. My Little Snow should be 22, 21, but you just can't stop thinking like that. So I'm not a brave woman, I'm not a clever woman, but I believe I write my story as a record from my heart. And the heart can meet heart from nowhere. That we don't need a language, we don't need something between the mother's heart. So I can feel them. I can't forget them. Sorry. Yes, I have got many, many letters from people, from families, from adopted children. Last month I was in France. A group of French girls come to me, because they want to tell me their life story. They are adopted from outside of the France. Some is from Vietnam, some from some island, but they believe some of their mother are Chinese. Then the one girl told me she hated her mother because her mother dropped her, abandoned her. But she said since she read my book, she started thinking a different way. And she started thinking and sensing her mother, because she realized she could have a life because her mother challenged the society, challenged the tradition, or even challenged herself. This is what kept her alive. So this girl sent many long letters to me, and like many, many others. I'm very touched. Actually, this is my letter, could be my letter to my mother. When I was born, until I'm now 53, I never had a birthday with my mom. My mom's still alive. Sometimes I always want to ask, you gave me life, but you never have a time and love to me. Even you never bothered give me a birthday party or even birthday hug. But since those mothers' story, I listened, I wrote, I shared, I realized there must be a huge secret of pain or black hole in my mom's life as well. So all of those books I'm writing for others, for myself, I think for my mother as well. I believe my book can bring a message of lost in our past and also of a huge love between mother and daughters, between the people who hardly had a chance to listen to each other or to help each other. I hope so.